Hello, awesome folks. I hope you're having just a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the Joe Dever book, The Cauldron of Fear. It's the 9th book in his Lone Wolf series, that started publishing in the mid-'80s through the late 90s. There's 29 books that were published before he finished at the end of the gamebook craze. He had intended to publish a few more and finish it up to 32. After he got some more interest from folks that were nostalgia interested, he started republishing them. And now, after he died a few years ago, his son is continuing the series, and so it's ending at 32. This is the first game book that has a one chapter and one character, where you have a character with the ongoing chapters that are developing over time. You get skills, you get to keep your items, you get to keep your gold, you get to keep your initial stats of combat skill and endurance that you keep from from episode to episode in this overall adventure series. So now we're at book 9 of the second of the series of this 32 book epic. The first series was the Kai series, and it ended at the end of novel 5. And now you've picked up the Book of the Magna Kai. You've taken on the next level of orders. You're playing a character called Lone Wolf, who is the last of the Kai after an attack that happens at the beginning of book 1. An ambush hits your monastery of the Kai Lords. They are psychic rangers that are destroyed in an ambush and the Dark Lords have launched an attack on your nation of Sunlending. So in the first book, you have to find the king of Sunlending and let them know what's happening. So that's the first thing that's happening. In the second book that's happening, after realizing that all the Kai are dead, they need something to help take out these big nasties that are attacking them and besieging the capital of the city. So you are sent to a nearby nation that's an ally that has a sword called the Summer Sword that is definitely powerful. It's going to be your Deus Ex Machina for the series. And then you'll have to head back and release the siege. In the third book, the traitor Vonatar, who was one of the key betrayals in the first book, and you'll run across him in the second book, he is fled to the icy wastelands of Cult. So you're going to chase him down and bring him back to justice. In the fourth book, some various people have gone missing in the southern part of your nation. So you're going to be sent to check in on them, and then we'll get caught up with what's happening, and then you have to stop some nasty stuff from happening once you figure out what's actually happening in the southern part of your country. In the fifth book, you are an ambassador for a peace envoy to a nation called Vasagonia, and then you'll find out that's actually super secretly a trap. Surprise, you have to survive the trap, and then you'll realize that the Book of the Magna Kai is there. Since your people wouldn't have been able to have raised you up further into the way of the Magna Kai. But now that you found the book, you'll be able to understand the things and so forth. So you're on a quest now for the Book of the Magna Kai that you will rescue. And then that's it. That starts the next level. 3 years pass between book 5 and book 6, The Kingdoms of Terror. And then book 6, after you've absorbed it, you start with 3 different skills. And then you start to set out for the 7 lore stones. These are holy objects that you will use to gain their knowledge and continue your quest. And after each adventure, you'll gain another skill as you quest for the lore stones. Now you're questing for the lore stone of Tahu, which is in a giant cauldron at the bottom of the city. That's the capital city. That's Keftab. So that's now your quest. The bad guys have launched an attack, and so you're basically coming into underneath an attack. You're trying to get there as fast as possible in order to get there before this major attack happens. It doesn't happen, bad things happen, and that ends up being the end of the novel. This novel doesn't feel as epic as the other ones in this adventure do. It's probably my second least favorite after Castle of Death, the number 7 one. I also am not a big fan of the titles of the blank of blank, which are very, very common in the first 12 books of this series. It starts in book 3 with the Caverns of Cult, book 4, the Chasm of Doom, book 6, the Kingdoms of Terror, book 8, the Jungles of Horror, book 9, the Cauldron of Fear, book 10, the Dungeons of Torgar, book 11, the Prisoners of Time, book 12, the Masters of Dark. You get the idea, right? The blank of blank is a very common title, and it gets a little old at times. So anyway, But this is still fine. I'm going to be giving this a 7 out of 10 for the original one. Now, you don't have to buy this in order to read it, although I will link you to it in below if you're interested. Instead, you can just read it online. As a millennial gift, after getting all of his sales in, he gave all of his fancy release for free, all the things that he owed, and had an IP to for the Lone Wolf universe. So all 32 books, the first 28 books are on a line. You can read them there on projectaeon.com, which I'll link you to in the comments below. So you can read this for free. You don't even have to invest any money in it if you're interested in checking it out and you didn't know that. Also, it's also there has been a collector's edition version of this that's in hardcover that was republished. That's also available, but it's pretty pricey because they were intended to be just a one run sort of thing on the secondary market, and I couldn't find it anywhere to pick it up and buy it. I just recently started to reread a series for the first time in years for this channel, and I've been enjoying my deep dive into it. I'm definitely enjoying the things that are happening and liking it a lot. But there is a collector's edition hardcover version of this novel, and there soon will be a definitive edition hardcover of this novel too. The first 5 books have been republished in a definitive version, which I own and have read and reviewed for you, but I was still interested in reading the next book, so I knocked it out today, The Cauldron of Fear. So anyway, I'll go ahead and leave you to it. If you enjoyed this, have you read any of the versions of this novel? The free one, the soft cover, the collector's edition? If so, I would be more than happy to talk with you further about it in the comments below. If you like this review, hey, why not hit that subscribe button? There should be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.